Sure, I can. So, my background is in geology, and I've worked extensively with the current exploration program, which commenced in 2014. So, from around 2014 to 2019, I've worked with the government of Jamaica at their core repository, in laboratory analyses, in investigating onshore seeps that were reported, monitoring the exploration program, as well as the exploration contracts, as well as being a part of the 2D and 3D seismic surveys that were conducted in offshore Jamaica. Outside of the petroleum industry, I have worked with the government as well as private sector on projects both in Jamaica as well as in the international space. Yes, I have had extensive experience starting from 2014 when the initial program started up to now. And that means, getting my hands and feet dirty, going out into the field, going into the core repository, selecting and sorting out samples, sending samples off for analyses, reviewing the results, going to even visit call-ins for maybe onshore seeps that we may have had currently as well as historically at that time, of course. And it also included looking at and reviewing the seismic information from the 2D and 3D surveys, as well as even being on the ship for both surveys in offshore Jamaica. What I could probably say is the entire process is exciting, because can you imagine if we were to have a successful find? This would be a game changer for Jamaica. And for me to be a part of something that could transform my country, especially on such a large scale, it would be exciting as well as amazing. Now, if we were to do some calculations, if we're working based on an oil price of roughly around $80 per barrel, if we were to have a success with the Colibri prospect, this would contribute significantly, not even just successfully, but significantly to our national economy. And it would generate, say, a tax intake of roughly around 18 billion, which would include things like through corporate tax, through royalties, as well as profit share over the lifetime of the project. Now, if we were to look at this, say, comparing the World Bank report of 2022, Jamaica's GDP in that year was around 17.1 billion, and the tax take would be roughly around 18 billion. So that would be significant. Well, I believe that the key priorities in parallel to progressing the technical work program to unlock the vast potential would be for United Oil and Gas to continue to engage positively with potential strategic partners through a farm out campaign. And this would help to continue the progress as well as allow for shared opportunities in this venture. Well, I bring extensive industry experience as well as in-country experience in managing projects, as well as projects of this nature from all aspects, from being in the core repository, dealing with the samples, to being on the ship for the 2D as well as the 3D seismic surveys. So I'm well integrated in this program. I also have experience with other projects in Jamaica, both within the private sector as well as the government. And I think I'd be a good person to bridge this gap and to bring both parties together to the table to have a successful program. In terms of what do I deliver? Well, I am responsible for overseeing as well as implementing the work program that was agreed with the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications, and Transport in Jamaica as part of the 2-year extension to the initial exploration period of the Walton Morant license. What would I want? A successful work program.